Hello. You did not see my incorrect stream title. Can I get an audio check, please? Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? Are we balanced? Yo, that's crazy. Turnabout for the ages. Audio's okay. Let's go for the 20 stream streak. Why he look like that? So, what's next for the great Miles Edgeworth, huh? Wait, you are serious about not being a prosecutor no more, ain't ya?
Yes, I am. No longer a prosecutor. It's hard to believe, and yet...
I can't stop thinking about what Mr. DeKiller said.
Me either. Congratulations on another case solved. Yet, I can't truly say that it's been fully resolved. Can you? This isn't over. We still don't know who the mysterious figure in the red raincoat at Gourd Lake was, or who really wrote that letter. We've been dancing to somebody else's tune this whole time. But whose?
Still can't let it go, huh? You're like a dog with a dang bone. Both of y'all are. Well, I got me some reportering to do, so I'll catch y'all some other time, I guess. Wow, you have a new story to chase already? You trying to patronize me, girlie? You bet I got new stories, more than you can shake a stick at. A good reporter always has 3 or 4 leads bubbling away in the old scoop pot. Somebody, please! Whoa, what now? Please, you have to help me.
Do I know her? What's the matter? Has something happened?
There's a body! It almost looks like a monster might have...
A monster?
Well, I'll be! Anybody else smell the sweet, sweet smell of scoop soup? This way! Hurry! Not the way Lana runs. What's happened now?
What indeed? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Huh? These look like... Yup, footprints. This right here is photo gold.
Footprints? How big would a creature have to be to leave prints like that?
Mr. Edgeworth, look!
It's my boy! Xilong Lan. What's he doing here?
Wait! The guy on the floor! That's...
No! Yijun Wang, the President of Zheng Fa. Agent Lang. Mr. Prosecutor, how did you get here so quick? What is going on here? You don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out myself? Can't blame him for being on edge, I suppose. The leader of his country is dead. Speaking of which... the body is lying inside one of the footprints. What on earth happened to him?
Monster!
Monster.
What the heck else y'all want me to say, huh? Them right there's monster prints, mister. That big old bad old Taurosaurus done stomped right through here. I ain't never been sure of nothing. Welcome in, Epic Pikachu. How are you?
Taro... what? And I suppose you mean you are sure?
This right here's the scoop to scoop up all the other scoops and bury 'em 10 feet deep. Man trampled by giant monster. They'll lead with that in every paper from here... They'll lead with that in every paper from here to Honolulu. Doing okay, glad to hear that.
Ridiculous. There's no such thing as monsters. Wait. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijun Wang.
Am I playing this blind? No, I've played this before.
Your efforts on behalf of Zheng Fa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You're the assassin we've been looking for. In a sense, yes. A certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. And that contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wang. Did he finally manage to... Did you discover the body?
Yes, that is,
What are you doing, Agent Lang? Lang Zi says, begin at the beginning, with the first person to arrive at the scene. Well, did you really just discover the body?
yes, yes. I see, because I was going to tell you about an Easter egg hidden here, but you probably know. Is it Phoenix? Because I know about that one. Hey, go easy on her. Can't you see she's scared?
I don't think he's in the mood to go easy on anybody.
Yes, I want to see him. Because I missed the one from the last game, because I didn't know when to go.
Nobody's getting it easy today. Do you have any idea who that is lying dead over there? That's President Wang, the leader of Zheng Fa.
Hold it!
Please, Agent Lang, you don't seem your usual self. In more ways than one, in fact. When we first met, you had more underlings than I could count. And you were known for your unrivaled arrest rate and your cool head under pressure. Now the underlings are gone, and you've forgotten the fundamentals of police work. What happened? What did you just say? Shouldn't you be looking over the scene instead of accusing the first person you run into? Or is it me who's forgotten the fundamentals? Gah! I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. I was just about to get started. Good. That seems to have calmed him down a little.
We should take a look around too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, I think we should. At least until the police arrive. I'm not strictly supposed to conduct investigations anymore.
Don't nobody need to do no looking around. I done told y'all who did this. It was Tarasaurus, or my name ain't Lotta Heart. Wait. Not who did this. What did this? Yeah, that.
Are you quite finished? We have an investigation to be getting on with. Step aside, please.
You can't order me around no more, mister. You step out of my dang ways more like it. Y'all mess with this here scoop of mine and there'll be heck to pay and then some. Excuse me.
The woman who found the body. Where do I know her from?
You're Mr. Edgeworth, right? Do you remember me?
Oh, yes, of course. We met on, that case.
No way! You two know each other?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. From somewhere.
Great to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Wow, I never knew you had your own adorable little assistant. I'm Penny Nichols. I work over at Global Studios. I'm in charge of props. It's nice to meet you.
Ah, of course. One of my old cases involved a murder on the set of the Steel Samurai TV show. She was a member of the crew, and thus a person of interest. Our paths must have crossed several times while it was all going on. Yet, I'd completely forgotten her. It's good to see you again. So, if you're here, I guess that means...
That's right! We're here on location filming for Global Studios. It's kind of a big feature, to tell you the truth. I was first in today. Wanted to make an early start. But then I noticed something was wrong. The footprints and... the body...
We'll take a closer look at the body in just a moment. In the meantime, can I ask you to notify the police?
Yes, of course. Right away.
I'll need to speak to her at length a little later. But first, let's go over the scene. There's plenty to look at besides the body. I'll need to examine everything in detail.
Yeah, about that. Easter egg first. Wherefore art thou? Where do I go for Easter egg? Do I have to go up?
Miss Nichols, where does this exit lead?
That? Oh, onto the grounds of the big building.
Yet another case with direct ties to that same building. The building with the hidden 51st floor used to store the lots for illicit auditions. I guess it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it turned out to be hiding yet more secrets. Look at this chain and padlock.
Oh, look at that! Somebody cut the chain. They did! I'm sure it was still intact when I left yesterday.
I'd say it's possible that this is where the killer entered from.
Chain holding the side gate closed was cut. Did the killer do it? Eek!
What's the matter now?
Look at that huge dent! How did that get there?
You're right. That is a big dent. It would have taken a sizable object to make it, and a heavy one too.
That wasn't like that yesterday either.
It wasn't. I guess that means the dent must have been made last night at some point.
It was fine yesterday. Did something heavy bump into it? It really is him, huh?
It certainly appears to be. The same man we met only a few days ago.
Why isn't he deflated? How is his body still holding together like this? He should be the flubby one, no? So this time, the president really did get assassinated.
If that is what happened, the assassin certainly chose an attention-grabbing method. I must scour the scene. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Huh? What's this white thing here? Wait! It's a bone! Does that mean 2 murders?
It looks more like a horn than a bone to me. No obvious wounds, but he's definitely not breathing.
So it really was a monster!
Trampled by a giant creature. Impossible.
President found in a giant footprint. Could a monster have... Huh? There's something stuck to the front of his clothes. Right there.
Yes, speckles of a yellow substance.
I bet it's monster drool. Yeah, that must be it.
Please, Kay. Can you at least try to be sensible? We'll need forensics to tell us what it might be. Right? That looks to be pretty much everything the body can tell us for now. I'd better note it all down.
Surrounded by shards of concrete, flecks of something yellow stuck to clothes. The body surrounded by pieces of smashed up concrete.
Yes, they look to have been thrown clear when the ground was broken.
Phew! Sent flying by the mighty impact of a giant creature's foot.
Sure, assuming this was the work of a giant creature.
The concrete was broken and the earth exposed, but are they really footprints? Just look at the shape! I know a hoof when I see one. There's only one thing that it can possibly be. The footprint of an enormous, terrifying beast. And it's not just the one, there are 3! 3 giant cloven hoof-shaped imprints were found at the scene.
But you know that's impossible, don't you? You know that monsters aren't real.
Sure, I probably know that somewhere deep down, but it's way more fun to believe they are.
Our job is to pursue the truth, Kay, not to believe what feels most fun in the moment.
Hey, these are those plastic sheets you could put down when you have a picnic.
They're plastic sheets, that much is true, but I don't think that that's what they're used for.
Want me to explain, Mr. Edgeworth? Those are waterproof sheets. We use them to protect the camera when it's up on the crane. If it starts raining while we're shooting, we could just cover up and keep going. I see. So they must be pretty big, right? Oh yeah, they have to be able to cover the whole rig. Wouldn't be much point using them otherwise. The weather was pretty patchy yesterday, so we wound up using them quite a bit.
This looks like equipment used by the lighting department.
Oh, wait! I just remembered there was something I wanted to ask you. Could you maybe light me up when I'm doing my next robbery? Help me look super cool?
You want me to shine a light on you while you're committing a crime?
You bet I do! What's so weird about that? What's the point of me doing my great thieving in the dark? The folks in the cheap seats won't be able to see a thing.
Wait, you're imagining you'll be committing this robbery in front of an audience.
Let her live her life, Edgeworth.
This thing in front of the trailer here looks like a monster costume.
What? That's a costume? You're sure the creature that made these huge footprints didn't just shrink or something?
Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. This thing in front of the trailer here, it looks like a monster costume. A costume!
Okay, buddy, we get it. I'm sorry I got a little upset before.
You were working here alone.
That's right. I came before everybody else so I could get everything ready. But as soon as I walked through the gate, I saw the footprints. Monster prints first thing in the morning. That must have been a real shock. It was. They weren't there when I left yesterday evening. I'm sure of it.
So the footprints must have appeared late last night.
At first glance, I thought maybe they were part of the set. But then I got closer, and I saw that somebody was lying in the middle of one of them.
You didn't notice until you were right up close.
Yeah, my eyesight just seems to be getting worse and worse lately. I think I need new glasses. I didn't notice it was a body until I was right by it, which is why I got so shocked and ran away.
That must be when we bumped into her. So you're shooting a movie. It wouldn't happen to be a Steel Samurai movie, would it?
Nope.
Oh.
He's so disappointed. This one's a creature feature. You know, the Torosaurus movies, right?
I'm afraid not.
You'll have to forgive Mr. Edgeworth. He only cares about the Steel Samurai.
That's not.
Hey, that's alright. Not everyone's a fan, but they soon will be. He's back. After 12 years of silence, the big bad bull himself, Torosaurus. It's the first Torosaurus movie in a long time, so the crew's super excited about it. And parts of it are set here at the big building, so we've been shooting on location.
That explains what we saw yesterday. What's happening here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm and talk to me, kid.
Cut. I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. Could you,
That must be when they were filming.
So does Torosaurus smash the big building to pieces in the movie? I bet he does, right? Wouldn't you like to know? But you'll just have to wait to find out in the theater. Here, you can have this if you like.
Oh, thank you.
An epic rivalry is born. The legendary Torosaurus versus Gordy.
Gordy. Huh.
That's right. It's not just Torosaurus on his own this time around. He has an arch nemesis. You know Gordy, right? The monster from Gourd Lake? Oh yeah, wasn't everybody talking about that a couple years back? The mysterious creature in the lake. It showed up in that one couple's photo.
Not only were people talking about it, it played a major part in one of my cases.
Cat's playing under the bed and she's being very loud.
Not a name I'm too wild about hearing again.
The director's fascinated by the stories, which is how Gordy wound up in the movie.
A little behind the times, but better late than never, I suppose.
Just wait till you see those two legends tearing into each other on the big screen. Latest in the series after a 12-year hiatus, Torosaurus vs. Gordy.
This reminds me of something I've seen already. I think we need to learn a little more about the security situation here on set. Miss Nichols, is the set kept locked overnight?
Yeah, we use one of these. A combination lock, huh? So anybody who knows the code can get in and out.
And was the lock in place when you arrived this morning?
Yup, everything was locked up tight when I got here.
Who knows the combination?
Oh, the producer, the director, the crew, the actors. Basically, everybody who's working on the movie.
So any member of the cast or crew could have opened the lock and entered.
Used on the front gate, only the cast and crew know the combination.
The combination lock on the gate leading to the plaza was intact when Miss Nichols arrived, but the lock on the gate leading out to the side of the big building had been cut. What does this tell us?
Easy. That the killer used the side gate.
Precisely, and it tells us something else important, too. Namely, that our culprit didn't know the number for the combination lock.
You're right. It would have been way easier to come in that way if they did. But instead, they chose the classic thief's route, the lesser-known side entrance. This is no run-of-the-mill criminal, Mr. Edgeworth. We need to keep our wits about us.
I'm not sure we should be excited by that fact, Kay. Anyway, we know that everybody working on the movie knew the combination, which makes it likely that our culprit wasn't a member of the cast or crew.
The combination lock on the front gate was left untouched while the side gate's chain was cut sometime last night.
So, Mr. Prosecutor, we meet again. Yes, we saw you at the detention center the other day, too. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Long. You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. Pfft. Yeah, you really have a habit of showing up in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're a bad penny, a bad omen, and a bad smell all rolled into one. Just stay out of my way, okay? I've got a president to avenge. You were already at the scene when we got here. Why? What were you doing in the area? What am I, a suspect? You might be. Look, I heard a scream and came running, okay? Guess it was a friend from the crew. Oh, guess it was our friend from the crew. Came in from that gate over there. Somebody already got rid of the lock for me. Not completely. I can still see it on the floor there. Perhaps I should take a closer look. When I got here, I saw a movie girl running out of the other gate. In other words, he arrived right around the same time we did. So you had business here at the big building. Something like that. A date with destiny, let's call it. He was similarly enigmatic when we saw him at the detention center.
Let me guess. You're a huge Creature Feature fan, so you came to see them filming the Torosaurus movie.
Creature features? What do you think I am? A furry. Not the type of person who thinks a creature might have done this, I hope. I'm sorry about the president. You have my deepest condolences. Thanks. He was a great man. Zheng Fa will be lost without him. You and he were close, correct? It all started when he hired my father. That was our big break. Our family kept him safe. That was our most important duty, and our most sacred. He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with new ones just for him. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride, our family jewels. Never thought we'd be unsealing that will so soon.
Wow, it sounds like your family and the president were super close. But wait, when that whole thing happened back at the lake, you weren't with the president then, right?
Look, a lot happened, okay? This was all 12 years ago or more. My father and the president being friends, our family being the ones who kept him safe. He just changed one day. It was like he became a different person. Now he doesn't trust the police one bit. Wonder what happened 12 years ago. Regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Zheng Fa may not be a big country, but he held that place together. Dang it! What was the security detail thinking? I imagine you've already contacted the embassy. Of course I have. And the government. And my family. They'll be going crazy right now thinking about what needs to happen with that will. And things will be getting crazy here soon, too. Those bodyguards will be all over the place. If you're not a fan of trouble, I'd leave before they get here. Look, Mr. Prosecutor. These days, I'm a one-man outfit. A lone wolf. They won't be letting me lead this investigation. But I've still got fangs, and I can still bite back. I'll find whoever did this, and I won't let you or anybody else get in my way.
Okay, buddy. Oh, well, okay. Hold on. Hello. Well, that was wrong. What? Okay, well that's not it. Do I need to give someone something, maybe? Oh, I could talk to Lotta, I guess. What is it now? Can't y'all see I'm busy? Girl needs room to work, you know.
Why are you so obsessed with the idea that this was a monster attack? Monsters don't exist. Surely even you know that.
What did you... You don't know what the heck you're talking about. Taurosaurus is real, dang it. I know that for a fact.
For a fact, And how is that possible exactly?
Because I done seen him. What? You saw Taurosaurus? Where? How? Heck yeah, I seen him. The big bad bull himself, right there in front of me. I was up on 51 over at that there big building just yesterday, right?
Gathering materials for your story on the underground auction. Yes, we remember.
Well, ain't you just Mr. Memory Man? That's right. I done seen him right when I took that photo. The person in the red raincoat. Miss Ringer, right? Yippee. Hi, Kimono. How are you? Yup. Y'all see that blind right there next to Little Miss Redcoat? Well, guess who was on the other side of it at that very moment? That's right. Taurosaurus. Sorry, my cat is trying to find a space on my chair. I'm alright, slow day. How are you? Oh, well, you know, maybe a slow day is a good thing. Gotta slow down a bit too. I'm doing pretty good. I'm sleepy, but I'm excited to be starting this case. There's nothing there. Well, I can't rightly capture every dang thing. I was just a little too far away, that's all. But I seen it all right. Boy, I did. Petition to rename Lucy to Lucieri. Lucieri is too long. Taurosaurus' big old eye staring right at me, peeking right in at the window.
A window-peeking monster.
Anyhow, I don't got no time to be shooting at the breeze with y'all. I got snaps to snap, reportage to report. Quit bugging me, will ya? Come on, get.
That entire story was ridiculous.
You didn't believe a word she said, did you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is it that obvious?
Okay.
What are you showing me that for? Curse whoever killed President Wang. I'll find them. You'll see if I don't. Forgive me, Agent Long. I didn't mean to upset you. He seems to find it hard to keep a cool head where the president is concerned. Unsurprisingly, I guess.
Can't help but feel a little sorry for him, huh? Isn't there something we could do?
Yes. Listen carefully to what he has to say and try to help solve the president's murder.
Can I go upstairs? Wait, that's...
You recognize it?
Oh, nope. Taurosaurus is kind of a symbol of nature. That's why he destroys the city.
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
He can attack with his horns, but that's not the only trick up his sleeve. He can bellow out shockwaves, drown people in drool, squirt them with milk.
Huh?
He can suffocate them with barbecue smoke, make cute little items out of leather. Those don't sound like super tough attacks. But they'll sure look good. It's our job to make sure of that.
And I hope you succeed, for the sake of your entire industry. Oh.
Taurosaurus really does have hooves that split in two like that.
Please don't tell me you think the president was trampled to death by Taurosaurus too.
No, I'm a member of the movie crew, remember? I don't believe he'd ever kill anybody. No creature inside a movie should ever harm anybody outside of a movie. That's a golden rule of the creature feature community.
Luckily, it's also impossible.
What am I missing? Can't go in there. Can't check the step ladder. What's this big metal stick thing? Is it for climbing trees or something?
No, it's a camera crane. It's used for filming from an elevated viewpoint. There's no camera currently attached, but it would usually be positioned at the top there.
Gotcha. Sounds perfect for casing a place before a burglary. Mind if I go ask somebody about borrowing it?
And how do you propose to transport it if the answer is yes?
Easy. You take the bottom part, I'll take the top.
So I'm helping now.
And if we go one little step at a time, we'll be back at your place before we know it.
And we're walking it back to my house.
Do you even know where he lives, Kay? I didn't get any new things to deduce, though. I am confusion. Okay, well, I can't submit profiles.
What? You want to talk about the Taurosaurus, with everything else that's going on? I'm certainly not saying that the creature could be our culprit, but he's not unrelated to the case. If there's anything you could tell us, I'd be very much obliged. Well, President Wang had a Taurosaurus toy from way back when. I saw it a couple times over the years. That's why I recognized it. The stuffed toy. We saw it in the presidential plane, too.
If even the leaders of other countries love Taurosaurus, he must be famous everywhere. Dogs go bow bow in other languages, right? And cats go meow, and roosters go, kokoriko. So what noise would a Taurosaurus from another country make?
We don't even know what noise our own Taurosaurus makes, do we?
He moos. Well, that didn't do much. Don't bite my stuff long.
That's the pin your assistant always wears, right?
Yup, it represents nature's toughest and fiercest creature, the Yatakarasu. Pretty cool, right?
Toughest and fiercest? Isn't it just a bird? Sorry, but I'm not about to let that pass. Lao Tzu says, the wolf outstrips the raven in every respect. That little black bird of yours wouldn't survive even a single swipe of a wolf's claws.
Those are big words, Sir Howls-a-Lot. But do you know what us thieves say? The raven is pretty darn amazing. I could peck you to bits and then fly off before your stupid claw swipe ever got close.
You think a wolf can't jump? I'd snap you out of the sky before you could fly away like a coward.
Ha! I just flap my wings super hard and blast you across the room.
I haven't had to endure an argument like this since elementary school.
They're so beautiful. What am I supposed to do? Huh? Hold on. Examine the side gate twice. Okay, I can do that.
The grounds of the big building lie beyond this gate.
To look at it from here, you'd think it was just an ordinary building, huh?
Ah! Look at them! Oh, they're so cute! My children! My lovelies!
And there's no one really special around to speak of, either.
Well, no one from our current vantage point, at any rate. Anyway, we don't have time to ponder such things. We need to investigate this entire lot.
That was very important to me. Cuties! I love them. Okay.
can deduce now.
Ah, no. See, they don't tell me these things.
This could be one of Torosaurus's horns, couldn't it?
You're right, it totally could. Maybe it's part of a prop from the movie.
If it is, it must be from something pretty big, judging by the size.
What's it doing on the ground here?
We should ask one of the crew. Maybe they'll know. This horn, do you recognize it?
Huh? Oh, that's part of one of Torosaurus's horns. It's from a model we use for promotional stuff. Where did you find it?
On the ground near the side entrance.
That's weird. We keep a replica of Torosaurus's head up on the roof of the trailer over there.
And it's quite large, I assume.
Oh yeah! Well, not as big as the real thing, obviously, but it's still pretty big. It's just up there. See it? Right there.
It really is big.
Found fallen next to the body. The head's usually kept up on the roof of the trailer, and that's where it was supposed to be yesterday as well. Can I logic now? This? Aha!
Both the dent in the fence and the broken horn weren't there yesterday, according to our witness, which leads me to wonder.
Wait, you think that giant Torosaurus head could have...
I do. I think it well could have rolled off the trailer roof and landed in the lot below.
Giant head might have fallen from the production trailer's roof.
It seems more than possible, and it also means... there's no sign of a murder weapon anywhere.
Oh yeah, there isn't!
Now this is still only a possibility, but if the Torosaurus head somehow fell from the roof up there...
Yeah, that could kill somebody for sure!
Miss Nichols, would you mind if we took a look up on the roof of the trailer?
You want to go up there? Sure, I don't see why not. Knock yourselves out! Oh, but don't do that literally. The steps can be kind of slippy.
Alright, I'm done here. I found out what I need to know for now. And what might that be, I wonder?
Why'd he walk like that?
Move, old man. What did you say to me? You need to learn some manners, kid.
No, you need to learn when you're in the way. Quit whining and get out of here.
What the?
I'm so sorry about him. Sean, apologize to the nice man. Long is so angry. You see him? Brat alert. Kick him off the roof. Someone get this kid, yeah! Come on, Sean. You know you can't speak to people like that. Whatever. Who the heck was he? A policeman, that's who. Why would you antagonize him like that? Grr. I thought there was going to be trouble for a second there.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody stand up to Agent Long like that.
Oh, let me introduce you all. Everybody, this is Sean Fenn. He's the star of the movie we're making.
The star. This little boy.
Hi there, I'm Kay Faraday. It's great to meet you. Sean, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor.
A prosecutor?
That's right, and a pretty famous one at that.
If he's a prosecutor, where's his badge? He certainly doesn't pull any punches.
Oh, you, might not want to get too close, Sean.
She's right. It's no sight for a child. But he's involved in all of this nonetheless. I'll need to speak with him.
A dropkick him, Kay. Let's go. Hello, welcome in, Cosita. How are you? Speak to the child.
It was Sean, wasn't it? Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Are you really a prosecutor? You just look like an old guy to me. Crazy! All good, glad to hear it. I'm also doing pretty good.
I am. Old guy. Charmed, I'm sure.
Badge first, then we talk.
I don't have my badge right now.
Then how do you expect people to believe you're a prosecutor? Ugh. Phew, he's not the friendliest, huh? You want me to try talking to him?
Why not? I doubt it can hurt. I never was good with children.
So you're an actor, right, Sean?
Yeah, so what?
That's amazing! You're so cool!
It's not that big of a deal. Kay's approach seems to be having an effect.
So, those horns are yours?
Yeah, what about them?
Oh, those? The makeup department made them. The character he plays has a special psychic link with Taurosaurus, and the horns allow him to communicate with his giant friend. Isn't that right, Sean? Just shut up, will you? They don't need to know all that stuff. Sorry.
Well, the power dynamic here seems pretty obvious.
Still, that's kind of amazing, huh? The lead character in a movie? While you're still in elementary school? That's crazy! Oh! L. Sean's actually 13. He just looks a little younger. What? But look at him! He's so little and cute! And the backpack! I just thought... The backpack's a part of his costume. He's playing a role, remember? Yeah, I guess he is, huh? But he is kinda small, you have to admit. Oh, we try not to talk about that too much in front of him. I said stop telling people stuff they don't need to know! I'm sorry.
So it's all part of the role, except for that carton of milk, maybe.
Okay. The dead guy. That's the president, right? Yeah, you know him?
A little. I met him once. He's meeting with presidents now.
Guy was a real piece of work. Hey, you can't say that. That's not nice. What was so bad about him anyway? Huh? Don't want to talk about it? Fine, I guess. Oh, President Wong was working with us on the movie.
Working with you? How exactly?
He had a part. Just a cameo. Just a cameo. Nothing big. So he came to look around the set one time. That would have been when Sean met him.
I put the president in your movie.
We heard he was a huge fan of the original Taurosaurus, so the studio offered him a little role. They figured it'd be good PR. Last thing I need is amateurs on my set. I told you before, Sean, you can't talk about people like that. And I told you to shut your mouth!
I guess he's none too thrilled about the idea of performing alongside non-professionals.
Oh, here. What's this? Oh, wait, from yesterday?
A photograph.
Yeah, just got him printed. You can keep it if you want. Wow, it's such a great picture! And you brought it specially for me? That's so kind! Thank you! No, I just happen to have a spare, that's all.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but can we take a look too?
Oh, sure. Here.
So it was taken yesterday. No footprints, and certainly no body.
Photo taken yesterday. No monster footprints and no body were visible at that point. Taurosaurus is just a movie character. How did he wind up involved in a murder?
That's exactly what I'd like you to help us figure out.
Think of me a reason to, old man.
I'm trying here, Sean.
How about some delicious candy, huh? I bet you'd like that, wouldn't you? Seriously? I'm not 5 years old. Ugh, the old candy gambit usually works like a charm. So near and yet so far.
You weren't near at all.
Is that it? Can I go upstairs?
Ah, I can go upstairs. Actually, would you mind coming up here with us?
Oh, sure. After you. Why does it look like that?
So this is the mighty Torosaurus.
Huh? He looks different from before. Here, he's way cooler on the flyer. What's with the weird nose ring on this model? Oh, I forgot. You two aren't Torosaurus fans. This is the original Torosaurus, designed from 12 years back. Huh? So, what's the one on the flyer? That's the all-new Torosaurus. They gave him a makeover specially for the new movie. He looks so much more contemporary now, don't you think? A makeover? He's totally different. This one's... it's just...
a cow.
Well, he is just a cow. Or at least, he was originally based on a cow. He's a monstrosity. Monstrosity? Yeah, the cow, man's best friend, reimagined as a terrifying monster. It totally makes you think about our whole relationship with nature, right? That was the original concept. I think the concept might be a little lost on me.
Me too, I'm afraid.
Alright. The model was made for promotional events, stuff like that. So people would remember the old Torosaurus and realize this was a reboot. Yeah, he does look different. People might not get it otherwise.
And just as we thought, his horn is broken.
So, the model really is what killed the president.
I think it's a distinct possibility, but there's one thing I don't quite understand.
What's that?
Miss Nichols, the model looks very heavy. How do you move it around?
Oh, it comes apart. If you know the trick, it's not so hard. But I guess if you don't, you might struggle to figure it out.
If you happen to not be a member of the cast or crew, for example. Once it's in pieces, could one person move it?
Oh yeah, even I could. Maybe not very fast, but I could. Modeled on the first generation Torosaurus design. Seemed like it fell from the roof of the on-set production trailer last night.
Sure, I remember that face from somewhere.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I know this cow.
Funny, I was just thinking the exact same thing. We know it from the president's plane, of course. And from the auction. So President Wong's plushie
Was a soft toy version of the original Torosaurus.
Can this really be just a coincidence?
Belonged to President Wong. It could record and playback sound.
It's a wooden table, sadly collapsed. Parts of it are badly scorched.
That's weird. The head should be on that table. But the legs are broken. Guess Torosaurus isn't going back on there now.
The scorch marks look particularly bad where the legs snapped off. I think there might have been a fire up here.
Do you think that's what happened to the legs?
Yes, and when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed. And the head
would have fallen down onto the ground below. You're right. The fire caused the head to fall.
Indeed. I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'll be sure if somebody moves them. But the... Ugh. But the stove didn't get used yesterday. Not while I was here, anyway.
Which makes the question of what could have started the fire all the more interesting. Alright, I think that just about wraps up our preliminary investigations.
So he was killed by...
Yes, by a falling Torosaurus head. At least, that seems the most likely explanation for now.
It came down right on top of him, huh?
Well, they took their time, but here they are. Police, bodyguards, the whole gang.
Mr. President!
It's a little late for that, don't you think?
Curses! Who did this?
Whoever it was made a big mistake. But I promise you this. They'll pay. I'm on their trail already. What? What do you mean? Our president may have been murdered, but that doesn't mean that extraterritoriality applies. The local police have jurisdiction. Luckily, I know the right people to talk to. And I just got myself seconded to the case. Lowly one-man outfit or not, I'll be working this one. It sounds like you already have an idea of where you'd like to focus your inquiries. More than that, I've already caught scent of my prey. Take a look at this. It's a printout from a security camera on the viewing platform at the top of the big building. It's pointed at the elevator that leads onto the roof, so it records everybody who goes up there. And in this particular case, it recorded the president and his murderer, clear as day.
What was Judge Gavelle doing there?
He's saying he suspects her of the murder.
Mr. Edgeworth, I entrust my offering to the goddess to you, so that you may use it to call her final judgment unto Excelsius Winter.
But murder goes against everything she believes in.
Shows President Wang and Judge Gavelle in front of the elevator on the roof of the big building. I can read.
Agent Lang, perhaps you could explain your thinking on the matter a little further. I heard a little rumor while I was over at the big building. It was about you, Edgeworth. You're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? Which means you don't have jurisdiction here. Would you want to cross-examine me while I explain my thinking? Why would I agree to that? Curses.
Hey, don't be like that. You were the one who was just talking about being a lonely one-man outfit.
You know what? Maybe it should be you explaining your thinking to me. How come, even though you're not a prosecutor, you're still sticking your nose into this case? It's a valid question. Why am I still here? Perhaps I can clarify that with a question of my own, Agent Lang. Why are you so desperate to catch the person who murdered President Wang? Because above all else, you're an investigator, correct? I'm desperate to catch a certain somebody myself. A person who orchestrated a murder at the big building yesterday. A person who put Kay's freedom in jeopardy. Who put her in grave danger. That person is out there somewhere right now, lurking in the shadows, laughing. And until I uncover the truth and make that person pay. It doesn't matter if I'm a prosecutor anymore. I'll keep fighting. Find the truth and don't give up until you do. That's a rule I live by. You may have the look of a smart guy, but you're a fool just like the rest of us. A fool? How dare you?
Why is he sensitive to that word? Is it because of Francisca?
That was just what I needed to hear. Fine, you're in. I've lost my minions and you've lost your fancy title. But it seems neither of us is prepared to give up on this investigation. Now, seeing as we're both so stubborn, how about we go head-to-head and thrash out the details? I'd be honored. But be warned, I won't be going easy on you. I have an assassin to catch, and not even you're going to get in the way of that. Of course, I would expect no less. Let me show you the truth I tore from this case with my bare fangs.
Why I suspect Gavelle.
Alright, so this judge friend of yours met the president up on the roof. And then she pushed him, and he landed right here. This all happened the night before last. The people had all been cleared from the viewing platform, so it was just the two of them up there. And that pretty much sums it up. No doubt about it. She killed the president. They were there completely alone. No bodyguards. None. I checked. His security detail had no idea he even went up there. He must have gone in secret. Maybe it was a conversation they didn't want anybody to hear. What kind of conversation? How were the two of them even connected? Seems the president spoke to the owner of the building ahead of time. He had him set aside the viewing platform just for the two of them. And it was the president asking. I guess the guy wasn't about to refuse.
So the last person to see the president alive really could have been...
Yup. Gavelle, did you say her name was? Her. His argument certainly isn't completely without merit, but I noticed at least one glaring hole in his reasoning. That's where I'll need to focus my counterattack.
Do I just... submit it? It doesn't say it killed him, though. Maybe I press. Oh, let me... Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic just a tad.
Okay. The night before last. How could you be so sure of that? If you're not sure, then take another look. Take as many as you need. This picture is from the camera up on the viewing platform, like I said. And the camera doesn't lie. That's from 2 nights ago. You have a picture of them both entering the rooftop area. But nothing from after that point, I assume? No. There's only one camera, and it's pointed at the elevator. You can't see the viewing platform itself. Still, this is when the murder happened. I'm sure of it. If the president really was killed 2 nights ago, then his body would have been here in the lot this whole time. Taking a little moment there, Mr. Prosecutor. Well, save it. I'm not done explaining. Not even close.
Okay, so the contradiction is like 2 days ago. I don't have an autopsy report. I do have, like, Penny said that it wasn't there, but... Oh. Aha!
Shi Long, former star agent of Interpol. How the mighty have fallen. What? Take a look at this picture. It's a behind-the-scenes shot of some of the cast and crew.
Look at those smiles. Well, maybe not Sean's, but you know what I mean.
And it was taken only yesterday. What? If Judge Gavel really did kill President Wang the night before last, the body would have been clearly visible in the background of this picture. What? Perhaps you should have taken a little more time to speak with those involved. After all, thorough witness interviews form the basis of any good investigation, as you should know.
Ha! I don't think I've ever seen you so happy, Mr. Edgeworth. You really do love backing your opponent into a corner, huh?
Fine, you got me. I must say, it's been a while. I almost missed it. Perhaps if you tried to stay a little calmer while conducting your investigations in the future. Don't push your luck, Edgeworth. Lang Zi says, "The righteous anger of a wolf lasts 100 years. I won't be calming down anytime soon, not until we've caught the president's killer." I want the same thing. We all do. Nonetheless, the body appeared last night. You have to accept that now. And there's one other thing you'll need to accept. The president didn't die from a fall.
That's right! He was crushed by the falling head of a giant monster!
The incident occurred here on the movie set, not at the top of the big building. Says you, but that's just your theory. I'm not about to give up on my own because of it. But it literally can't have happened the night before last. We just proved that with this picture. Did you? What if your friend Gavel pushed the president off the big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere? Here. But where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment, you could hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again. We just need to check the lot for trace evidence. We'll soon find where she put it. There won't be any need for that. What? This piece of evidence proves that Judge Gavel can't have hidden the body.
Oh, is it this?
Both entrances to this lot were locked, and we already know that the chain on the side gate was cut only last night. Grrr. Judge Gavel had no way of getting in here to hide the body the night before last. Grrr. But the murder has to have happened 2 nights ago. Why are you so set on believing that? Because, if you remember, that picture was a printout from a video, and there was more.
Why I still suspect Gavel.
There's footage from a few dozen minutes after your friend went up to the roof with the president. It shows her heading back into the elevator, alone. You know what there's no footage of? The president himself leaving that roof. There's no other way he could have gotten down from the top of a building that high. Unless he was pushed by Gavel. You say the president was never observed returning from the viewing platform. Yeah, the camera was pointed at the elevator door the whole time. If anybody else had come up or down, it would have been on that tape. In other words, the presence of the camera ensured that nobody could have left unnoticed. I see. That's not good news for Judge Cavell.
There's no footage of the president riding the elevator down to leave. Vanishing from a rooftop hundreds of feet in the air? Yeah, that's a tricky one, all right.
Indeed. Even the Yatagarasu can't actually fly.
Well, not yet, anyhow. We just need a little more practice.
Please don't tell me you think you can learn.
Hey, listen. Max Galactica did it.
Hold it!
So she was alone when she went back down in the elevator. You're sure of that? I'm certain. Like I said, there's footage from a little while after they went up to the roof. Footage of Cavell recorded by the camera that points at the elevator door. And she was getting back into the elevator. Just her. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. It seems almost certain that Judge Cavell did indeed get back to the elevator alone. I doubt he'd be so sure of himself otherwise.
It's so weird, right? Like, completely alone? Not even her pal, the Goddess of Justice, was there?
I doubt the presence of an invisible entity would have swung things either way.
What? No fair. Poor Goddess of Justice. I feel like I should light a candle for her and say a little prayer.
If we could return to the matter at hand, Agent Long, you don't think there's any possibility the President could have taken the elevator at some later point? No, I considered it, but...
Hold it!
And just to be thorough, the camera had no blind spots, and it was functioning normally. Are you trying to say I'd overlook stuff like that? What do you think I am? Forgive me. As I said, I was just being thorough. It's simply my way. Whatever. The footage was clean, okay? There's no doubt about it. The President came up in that elevator, and he never went back down. Understood. While I may question your testimony, I'll refrain from questioning your methods any further. Do what you want. They're both rock solid. Actually, there was another way. Apart from the elevator. What do you mean? You're not about to tell me he flew. You didn't need to. It was much simpler than that. Assuming the President knew of what we know, of course. Namely, that the big building has a hidden 51st floor. What? That's right, a hidden floor. With a hidden entrance on the rooftop. If he left that way, he wouldn't have needed to ride the elevator. What? But you said it was hidden, right? That it was a secret? How would the President even know about it? It's an interesting question, and one I don't have an answer to just yet. For now, this is just a theory. So what are we talking about exactly? What is this hidden floor of yours? Sounds like the kind of place your little ninja friend would happily spend time in.
No, I hate it there. Don't make me go back.
Unfortunately, Kay's memories of it are far from happy. There's a secret storeroom up there where they keep the lots for an underground auction. The whole sordid scheme was uncovered just yesterday. An underground auction? What the heck are you trying to say? That President Wang was involved somehow? I don't have any proof, but I certainly think it's a possibility.
Yeah, based on what we've seen of him, he totally seems the type. Eek!
He'd never do that. Not the President! Illegal underground auctions? No! He'd have nothing to do with it. Nothing! What's gotten into him?
He became a furry. Werewolf.
I hope you two are feeling lucky, because when people start saying stuff like that, I start biting.
Eek!
She ran away. You know nothing. Neither of you. You have no idea how much the people love him, how well respected he is. Is that really true? I guess we know what lurks behind that seemingly respectable public face. But the people of Zheng Fa clearly don't. I wonder if I should tell him the truth about his beloved president. Let me just, No. What good would it do? It would only upset him more. Forgive me, Agent Lang. I didn't mean to upset you. We spoke out of turn, both of us. I can only apologize. Apology accepted. And reciprocated. I'm sorry I got carried away. It's alright, Kay. You can come out now.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's not you I'm upset with. It's the animal who killed the president.
Well, ain't you just a fine figure of a man? All patriotic and such. Gotta tip your hat to that sort of thing.
What are you talking about?
Well, I got good news for you, Mr. Patriot. Real good news.
What?
Ain't no way in heck your pal the president moseyed on downstairs via 51.
Really?
I was hunkered down in that there storeroom the whole dang time. Eyes peeled like oranges.
Of course. She would have already snuck in by that point.
Miss Hart was on the 51st floor storeroom the night before last, but didn't see the president pass through.
Thanks. That's very useful to know. Well, well, Mr. Prosecutor. What? Guess my theory still stands, which means I'm not budging an inch. Nobody saw the president after he met with Gavel 2 nights ago. That's a fact. But it's also a fact that the body appeared only last night. How could the president have fallen from the roof 2 nights ago and only been found today? That seems a little slow as falls go, wouldn't you say? Sure, there are questions that still need answering, I'll give you that. Then I guess there's one thing we could both agree on.
Oh yeah? What's that?
The question of exactly what happened here yesterday will require further investigation.
Yeah, I guess we all know for sure that... I guess all we know for sure is that the body and the footprints appeared during the night.
Agent Long, we'd like to hand the body off to the coroner if you don't mind. Fine. He's all yours. Just take care of him, okay?
Oh, one last thing.
What?
We found footprints near the body. I mean, footprints in the footprint, if you will. Little ones in the, big one.
Human footprints in the monster print. Interesting. And what kind of prints?
Sir, they were a child's prints. About the size of your average elementary school kid.
What?
Huh? Elementary school? No, it couldn't be.
What now? Miss Nichols.
I didn't mean to butt in. Sorry.
Was there something you wanted to say? What is she so scared of?
There's something I have to tell you. You'll probably think it was pretty awful of me, but...
I'm sure it's nothing you need to be quite so nervous about. Well, what is it?
Last night, I came here.
What?
Eek!
You mean you came back to the set? Why?
Well, I just wanted to... I was worried about him, so I came back to check. Check on Sean, I mean.
Sean, the boy. Makes sense.
Yes, you see, he stayed behind on his own last night to rehearse. Wow, he really takes the job seriously, huh? Well, this movie is his first lead role, and he's trying so hard to make it perfect.
So she might have seen what happened last night. Around what time was this?
Let's see, it was already after 10, I think. It looked like it might be about to rain, so I got a little worried and came down. When I got here, well...
You saw something, didn't you?
Yes. Sean was there on his own, running his lines, and towering above him, there was this long, like, really, really long neck. Neck? Yes, with skin like an enormous worm. It was like a dinosaur. Ooh-wee! You mean, it must be Gordy! Good old Gordy! You done gave me the slip last time, you slimy old lizard, but I got you now. What? Now Gordy's involved too? Yeah, I think he might be. I was as surprised as you are. Although, I guess Sean was practicing being a kid who can communicate with monsters. Hot dang, you're right. He could have been communicating for real with them little horn doohickeys of his. Right, but it seemed more like he was kind of looking up and talking right to him. It was like they were friends. It is pretty weird, right? Dang tootin', it's weird. Weirder than a mustache on a mule. How could he cheat on his best monster pal like that?
I fear movies and reality might be getting a little mixed up here. And you're absolutely certain that's what you saw?
Oh, yes, but only for a moment. I was so shocked I just turned and ran.
Well, how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? Another mysterious beast to contend with. Don't tell me you believe this nonsense, Agent Long. The monster angle's neither here nor there. But I think we have a pretty good idea now who we need to speak to next. Young Mr. Fenn. If he really was here last night, then there's a good chance he saw something. My thoughts exactly. The prosecution calls Sean Fenn to the stand.
Sean ran off just a moment ago.
What?
We need to get after him.
Gah, where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home.
You're right. They won't be doing any filming today after all.
Sure, or maybe he went on the lam.
Nah, you're just overthinking things, surely.
He's a child, Agent Long. There's no way he killed the president. Not on his own. And who said he was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand. Maybe he summoned one of his creature feature pals to help him. Yes, very funny. I'm not saying the kid did it. Not for sure, anyway. Not yet. But he's our most important witness right now, and we need to find him.
It's Gummy!
Mr. Edgeworth!
Hey, it's Gummy!
Oh,
He ran away!
What was that all about? Well, just goes to show that your police force can't be trusted. Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone? Yeah, so what?
Well, last time we met you, you had about 800 other agents helping you.
Sure, but I told you, I'm a lone wolf now. Got a problem with that? I don't need lackeys, and I don't need friends. All I need are these fangs right here. Keep things nice and simple. No lackeys, no friends. Anyway, catch you both around.
Things just done got interesting. And it sounds like I got my work cut out for me. 2 big beasties on the prowl. Hoo-wee! It's raining scoops, and if I don't catch at least one, I ain't no shutterbug worthy of the name. Wow. This all got kind of complicated, huh? Long became so emo, he is emo.
It did. The Torosaurus footprints were bad enough. Now Gordy. This might as well be a movie.
Well then, we'd better get our monster hunting shoes on.
I suppose we had. Huh? Who's that?
That's one of Agent Long's old team.
We've come across a few of them on previous cases, but this one's on his own. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. A long time no see.
How come you're not with Agent Long?
Shifu. He's technically not my boss anymore. Really? What happened? You remember that case from a month or so back? The Yatagarasu case. How could we forget? You made kind of a big mistake there. Came about as close to aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you can come and still keep your job. Indeed. I guess that was pretty close. Well, being Shifu, he took full responsibility, so they disbanded our team.
Wow, that's harsh.
But it explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it.
So, what are you doing here?
Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about him. I think he's been chasing ghosts. Ghosts from 12 years ago, to be precise. 12 years ago? What does that mean? Sorry, I already said too much. I'd better be on my way. These ghosts of Agent Long's. They have something to do with the case we're currently investigating.
Well, looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now?
Good question. Miss Hart went off monster hunting, and I guess Agent Long is busy trying to track down young Sean. Perhaps we should try investigating another angle.
What kind of other angle?
Somebody needs to get Judge Gavel's side of the story.
Oh yeah, you're right. What did she say again?
Please forgive me, but I'd better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit.
I guess the trial will be beginning right about now.
Indeed. I think we'd better head down to the courthouse, don't you?
All right, let's go!
Oh my gosh.
It is a little early, but my voice is kind of perishing and I really need a nap. So I think I'm going to stop stream early for today. I'll probably combine VODs with the next one. Maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it.